So by popular demand, I have been asked to create a ToTRP strats video. Yeah. Okay, let's start it. I'm not going to be doing 1 through 2 because if you can't get through 1 through 2, you don't even need these strats because you aren't even going to beat the tower. Anyways, we turn down no clip speed. That's too much. We'll start at floor 3 with this funny jump. So I like to align up like this. A lot of times I'll use like my feet for alignments. So you have midfoot and then quarter foot. So like this is left quarter foot, and this is right quarter foot. And then this is right side foot, just all the way over, and then left side foot. And so I'll be using those terms when doing these strats. So you're gonna align your left quarter foot here on this jump, shift block like this, and then just tap D underneath, and then hold. And then at this point, you kind of want to do like little mini flicks like this, and you'll just very slowly go through it, not like that. This is very slow, but this is also very, very safe. Gets the job done. If you want to go faster, you can flick more violently, like that, but you'll risk falling off more. Next part, I'll align my midfoot right here and jump straight for this corner, so as soon as I land, I can go straight into turning. Stress. Hold spacebar to go around, and we meet our first funny jump. Wow. Tap W because it gives you, it'll tap you to the left a little bit while you're doing it, and then flick out a little bit to avoid, here I'll show you. If you don't flick out while doing it and you're like this and you jumped around and you try to go down, you'll just fall off like that. So you gotta flick out a little bit to give your avatar a little room to actually realize that there's a ladder and that you're not just gonna register this part right here and then just walk straight off because you're tucked too far into the block. That's why we flick out a bit. If this dude gets in my way, I'm going to kill him. So for this part, I'll align like this lower half of my foot and get it just a little lower to the bottom part of this block. I'll look about a 45-degree angle like this, and then jump out. And aim for this corner. You want to try to ledge grab this corner, or flick into it. This part go down all the way here, and then just jump out. Now for this, there's many ways to do this and get into ledge grab. I always like go horizontal like this, tilt just a little bit like that, and then just keep tapping D until I fall off and land like that. I go to the middle of the ball, I'll go down a little bit, and then I just jump. Easy, every single time. This jump, most people doing like a first run through ever probably don't end up doing this jump because they think it's absurdly difficult, but it's actually not too bad. So you want to ledge grab, obviously, and you want to get over as much as you can. I wait for like the middle part of my cursor, like the part that's straight up and down, to kind of align with this part. See, like right here, and then I'll first person, it's aligned. Look back, and then go over a little more, so I straighten out the thing. And you want to have like just the tip of your shoulder align up with this, because when you, jump off and then hit shift lock to go perpendicular with how I am right now, you'll be able to get around it super smooth. Like right now, if I was to jump, my shoulder would either very barely hit this, or I just very barely miss it. But by shift locking perpendicular, you'll get around it guaranteed and flick through it. So I'll hit spacebar, shift, and then just twist real fast. Go straight through. Now this part, a lot of people for some reason like going through it like this. I don't like that. I'll go through it backwards so I can align on it a little better. Get my alignment. First person, ledge grab, bop, jump through. Here we have this part. I flick off a little bit and then turn in. And actually, better advice is to do this in first person and not be bad like me. Like that. This part, self-explanatory. This part, don't aim for the truss, please. You can do this jump really easily just like that. I can literally do it over and over and over, and it looks like you can barely make it, which is kind of true, but also It's not that hard. And of course, now I get really bad. And hitting my shoulder on everything. I'm gonna make this one more time and then I'm gonna move on. There we go. So this part, I line my right side foot with the half a stud back from the edge right here. Then I just hold D, jump to it. Super easy. Hopefully you know how to do these jumps if you're getting this far. This part, I line straight up with this, like literally straight up with this. And then I get ready to jump, and then you don't even need to really twist. You just need to barely like flick in and out like this. Now come over here, line up with this part right here. Make sure that none of my sides are going to clip a wall, even if I was to jump straight out. That makes me go straight through the middle of this perfectly every single time. Get up as high as I can so I get more height for the jump. Jump out and miss. See, that was intended. I don't know why. We'll try it again. Okay. There we go. This part is actually pretty easy too. This line all the way up over here by holding W and D. Go down, twist over about as much as you can, and then this part. Look kind of towards this crack, hold W, spacebar, jump off, and then shift lock in the middle of the air to grab the truss. This part, I don't know why it takes people 5 minutes to figure this out, maybe because I understand truss physics a little more than people, but what you want to do, you just want to hold S and D, hold space, twist a little bit maybe, and then you're under it, right? Now this is the part where people, okay, I already did automatically. This is the part where people, hold up. It did. Okay, well now it's free. You used to have to like hold spacebar in the middle of this and then press W right after and you'd shoot straight up. But that's not the case anymore. To ledge grab this, you could either do it the super scary way or you can do it my way, which is just to wiggle around and it'll push you off eventually. So like, boom. And then you can align as needed. This jump's easy. This part, please be careful. If you're like this and you hold spacebar, you are going to fling out. I did that many times when I used to grind this. So you want to make sure you're under it. And then go around the truss. Hold W here. Wait to land on the truss. And I call these sticky trusses, where if you hit spacebar, you don't jump off it like that. You just shove down it a little bit. And so to get rid of sticky trusses, you need to get off the truss a little bit. And so this wedge just happens to be here to help you do that. So go up a little bit on it, you're spaced out enough from the truss, and now you can hit spacebar and not worry about a sticky truss. This part, get around as much as you can, and then you just gotta turn and stay as flush to the wall as you can for the longest time. This is a very hard jump, and there really isn't a go-to strategy that can make you do this 100% of the time. This is a like super skill-based jump. Here, just tap W until you're as far to the right as possible. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. We'll keep holding W. Alright. This part, you're going to want to press spacebar late. And so, okay, let's just assume I did that because I forgot to first person. Here. Aim for this corner of the truss. Please don't aim for here or anywhere else. I thought that was, whatchamacallit, common sense, but apparently it isn't. Talking to some people. Now this part. Okay, so right here, there's like about a line right here. This is like the end of the truss if you were to go down to the truss. If you go past this like imaginary line right here, you are going to fall off. But you want to just tap W and go as far as you possibly can over on first person and hopefully not get RNG'd. This is another jump that I struggled on a lot. As you can see, I can never stay on the truss. Oh my gosh. If I don't make it this time, I'm just gonna skip it. There we go. This jump, align center leg right here, and then go off just a little bit. And then I hold D, and then hold W right at the last second to grab it, like that. And you'll literally land on, you won't even have to worry about ledge grabbing, because you'll land on this part. This area, just be good at wraparounds. Same thing here. This is actually super easy. You just gotta jump off of it. Like some of these jumps I really shouldn't have to explain, but whatever. Pretend I did that. Anyways, be better than me at that jump and you'll make it. This part is super easy. Okay, this jump, I never really had a consistent strat for this. I'd always just jump up to it and hopefully make it every time. But just jump late and you should be good. This part, the old strat for this, when physics didn't change, was literally to just walk off of this part and you'd land on it. But because physics changed, you gotta go through a whole process now. So first step is to ledge grab in the middle here. Pick a side, any side. I go for the right just because I'm better at doing things from the right. Or this left, but this thing's right if you're looking at it like this. But you'll as you get closer to this corner, just slowly turn more and more and more so you don't accidentally fall off. And then you're right on this corner. So you want to go down. You want to make sure that you're the direction you're jumping, there's a little crack here. Because if you jump here and there's a little crack here, that means you're going to jump past this part right here and not clip it. And so that's a good thing. And so go down a little more so you have room to jump and not bonk your head. And for this, I literally just face straight forward, jump, hit shift lock, boom. Okay, this part, I'm an idiot. Ignore that, I missed that, actually. Oh, one thing too. When you're doing it, be careful, because this part, I don't know why, is super freaking weird. Like, I'll do weird stuff like that. Like, you'll freeze up on it, and sometimes you'll literally just stand here, like this. I don't know why. Or other times you'll get, like, the frozen falling animation. It's weird. So try to stay down here if you can, and then just jump up. Don't try to avoid this if you can, because if you get that falling animation, or if you get the walking animation, and you try to go back by pressing S, you'll just fall straight off. This part, don't be an idiot. Literally just jump. Shift lock at the end too. Don't shift lock midair, because then it gets harder to do it. If you shift lock like while you're like this, or whatever, you'll land on it better. Like that, if you're good. And then get on the edge as much as possible so the wedge doesn't screw you over. And then also be good at the game. This part, just go straight for the middle, go down, do a little flick, like you want to and then go around. Because you want to get off of this first, and then focus on landing on that. Like that. This part is super easy, I shouldn't have to explain it. Oh, and this part, actually I should probably explain this. Please stay facing the middle. If you, at any time, are like off by just a little bit, you'll fall straight through. Also, yes, floor 5 is can't collide falls to prevent funny cheese. Anyways. Stay facing the center. And then wait till you reach this little part that sticks out a little more than everything else, which is the center of the sphere. And then just stop holding W, and you'll be in this position. Sometimes you'll fall down like this. That's fine, just get back up. And then this part is really easy. You just shift lock and jump out, but you want to jump late, so that way you fit through the hole and don't bonk your head right here. This part, be good at wraparounds. This part, be good at flicking on trusses. And just climb up. This part, get on the corner of the truss, don't fall off like an idiot. And you want to be as high up as you possibly can, and then same rule here, align your shoulder with this so you can get around it perfectly. And just jump, and don't be. If you can't tell, I haven't played this tower in a long time. So yeah. This part, most people like to go up to this and try to do it that way, which is fine, but I really prefer jumping from back here in this corner for some reason. And that's what I do in my runs. And in this part, just go down a little bit and then flick around. Use this wall right here to like turn off and put you straight on the thing. Basic thing right there. And then this part, like this, and then super easy jump to here. Alright, now we have funny floor 6, which is very prone to being screwed over to Roblox physics, so let's get Suna talking to you. Have fun with this if Roblox decides they want to update physics more. This part, same rule, line up your right side. A lot of this tower has to do with your right shoulder and right side for some reason. Line up, jump around, land right here. This part, I found it best that you line up here and that you flick instead of doing shift lock. Either way works, but I just prefer to flick, because most of the time when I do the, shift lock method, I don't get high up enough. But either way really works. I just prefer to do this. Correction. This. And then get in here, turn around. Also be careful when you do this. Sometimes I would do this and I would literally get stuck in here and it would ruin my run. Actually, that only happened once, but yeah. I already did this jump. Go over here. Self-explanatory part, another self-explanatory part, self-explanatory part. This funny jump! Yay, okay. So I literally use my pointer finger to get 2 precise S-taps. So 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2. There. Turn a little bit, and then turn a little more and flick out, and then you can do it. This is the most inconsistent jump in the tower, so it's really hard and nerve-wracking to try and pull off in the middle of a legit run. So yeah. But this gets you the most, like, upward momentum without shooting you into the ceiling. And it's the best strategy I have. You used to be able to just sit here, turn, and then hold D to get around it, but Roblox changed, like, ledge grabbing physics and how much you bounce up and stuff like that, and so it kind of screwed over the jump. You know what? Hold on, I have to do this once, right? So you can see how inconsistent this is, and this is super hard too. Okay, I'm just gonna skip that. I'll actually probably ask Doozer to fix that jump because it's actually stupid. Oh, this part too. Just go down here, align on this stud right here, tilt a little bit, jump out, aim to grab right here, and you should be good to go. And don't hit that. Don't turn too early. Don't turn too early like I did. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. This part. Okay, so I hit WD and line straight up with this. I'll turn out, ledge grab, right? And then I wait for the tip of my cursor to reach this part on the bottom stud, right? And then tilt slightly out, and then hold D, jump, spacebar, boom. Now, this part, if you... For some reason my headset turned off. As I was saying, if you go down and you flick a little too much, you'll get a little bounce up like that. And the glory of this little bounce up is it gives you just enough reaction time to turn back in and like re-climb on. So this is actually a fairly easy jump to do. You just need to be able to turn just enough to where you'll actually run off this bottom part and get the jump. This part, line quarter left leg right here. Hold D, turn in, and then jump. And don't be an idiot. There we go. Okay, this part, I look at this middle section of the truss right here. 2 full trusses down right here. I line straight on this, whatchamacallit, corner of the truss. And then you want to hold W, and as soon as like the tip of my head reaches this spot, I hold spacebar. And then it gives me the boost I need to hit that. I literally just grabbed that and fell off of it. That's so smart of me. I'll do it again. There we go. Line up here. Should be self-explanatory. Okay, this funny part is actually not too bad once you know what to do. A lot of people regard this as the hardest jump. I disagree. I say this is the hardest jump. That should definitely be reworked. But come over here, line up with this whatchamacallit thing right here between these 2 studs, like right in the center, and then turn over first person, and you are now like literally like borderline just walking on the truss, but you're not. And so then you want to line up with this line on the truss with your cursor, go down, not too far, but like just enough to where you can like still ledge grab or jump off of it, turn, face horizontal like this, hold D, press space, and then very smoothly just turn your camera, and you'll land it. This part, go all the way down. If you turn and try to jump and stuff like that, it like slides you down the thing like this. So you just want to stay parallel with the part so you can walk around it like with no friction problems. Look right here, jump. And then funny 4-7 part. This is another funny jump that I think should get reworked, but it's not as bad as the 4-6 part. Come over here, start to turn a little more. Once you're about in this position, you want to look over, go down as much as you can, get ready to line up. You want to line up flat with this, like parallel with it. Jump off, shift lock, boom. Come over here. You can actually lay off of this a little bit before you get the ledge grab. And then for this part, don't aim for this part. Aim for this side of the part. Not this side or ledge grabbing here. Aim for this side. And then this part is really easy too. Most of 4-7 is actually pretty easy once you know what to do. It's just really hard once you get here legit because it's so stressful. What are they doing? Anyways, get here, and then you want to transfer all the way over to this bottom corner of the stud. So get down as far as you can to avoid hitting your head. Plus it's over more where this is like angled or whatever, so you can get underneath. First person, do this, and then perform a normal ledge grab jump. Not like me. This part, again, don't be an idiot. This is hard. I'm rusty. Go. Go. Over here. Align with this corner. Go down. Right here. There isn't really an alignment for that. There's so much room there for you to be able to jump and make this. It's not a big deal. Skipping this part because it's annoying. This part. So if you just hold spacebar and come here and then just ledge grab off, you risk something like that. Or sometimes, like when I would do it, I'd do it during practice and I'd turn around and I'd literally land somewhere like down here because I wouldn't grab this. And to avoid that problem, you want to be as far away from this part as possible to give your character room to like register that they're going to ledge grab. And to do that, you just tap W. And now I'm hugging this as much as I possibly can, like I'm literally touching it. Now you can turn around safely every single time. And this funny part. I'm trying to recall what I do for this part. I think I line up here. I go down, and I think I just line my feet up with this part right here. I think. And then turn out 45 degrees, and then jump. Yeah, I think that's what I do. It's super easy. There's another way to do this too. You might have seen in my old ToTRP videos, like me going right up here and doing it. You can do that as well. It's a little harder, but it's more consistent. Because sometimes, like even if you do align exactly the same every single time, just because of how Roblox physics are, you might get a little more of a boost than you want, and you'll hit your head on this before you can even get past this part right here. But I'd go here. It's just hard. It's harder. I don't know why I ever did that strap, but yeah. This part. Okay, so left quarter foot aligned with the thing, and then looking at it like this, you want to kind of be like around this area in comparison to this stud. Like the bottom of your foot be right here, or maybe halfway. Turn in, and then just like you want to hug this area as tight as you possibly can, and then once you're in this little pocket, twist and grab it. Go around like this. Oops. Oh, I got it. So here, you are not ready to jump right now because you are still standing on a port. So you need to flick off a little bit, go down, and jump right here. Okay, this part. So I'm holding W right now. Like you'll notice you'll hold W, and sometimes you don't stop like jittering around. Like this right now, like boom. And then you let go of W, and you literally just fall off. Like it might happen right now. Yep, boom. Literally just happened. So you want to be sure that doesn't happen, and to do that, you just flick right before you do, whatchamacallit, right before you hold W. Yeah. So just flick, tap W to re-grab the truss, and you should be good to go. But for this jump, line up with this part of the truss, flick, do that. Don't be an idiot and press S too soon. Also have shift lock on while you're doing this jump, going down it specifically. And then once you've aligned, there's gaps between your shoulders and the parts. Do that. This jump, or this part, is actually pretty easy. Just flick in. Just copy my method there. I can't really explain it, or actually I might be able to. It's like once you get further into it, like your shoulder can start to come around the truss. You want to start to slowly flick and go up, and you'll go around the truss further. Alright, do this jump on and then again. Oh, and make sure you're facing outward when you're doing this jump. You don't want to be... Oh, no. Let me restart. So when you're doing this part, you want to go down a bit, right? So you don't get sticky truss. Same process with like 4. You want to be a far enough distance away from the truss that you can jump off it and not stick to it. And then you also want to jump out from the thing. Don't like be an idiot and do this because you're not paying attention and you're stressed out, and then jump and you hit your head on this. For this part, literally just go up, hit S, go down as much as you can, turn, and then from here it looks like a really easy jump, right? Well, that's because it is, and I'm bad. Yeah, go down as far as you can, aim for the truss, not this part. Very self-explanatory. This part. A lot of people have trouble with this jump. I'm here to tell you, there's no need to have trouble with this jump. A lot of people will just go right here and they'll try to jump. But the problem with that is that this is a cylinder, and it likes to cancel your momentum right as you jump off, and so you can't jump around it as well. And so to cancel your momentum, I call this momentum cancellation, and it works on many other jumps other than just cylinders, like other slanted parts and things like that. You'll ledge grab, unledge grab, and then just perform the jump normally. And that happens like anything that, like when you jump off of it and you feel like your character being sucked down, or it like slows you down right before you jump, that's canceling your momentum, and to prevent that, you just do the ledge grab trick that I just showed. This part, just jump, flick out a little bit so you don't hit the wall. I go right here, go parallel with this, and then flick or first person in, and then jump off of it. Easy part, please don't mess up. This part's also easy, please don't mess up. This part, do this. Okay, this part. So line up with your back against this. You want your center leg to be lined up right with the middle of this. And then once you're ready, you can just hold D and then wrap in between. Boom. Alright, now this part, I like to turn a little bit and then D spacebar. And then shift lock right at the end so your character can clip right onto that part and land it. This part, get out as much as you can and then flick right in at the end. This jump, there really isn't a strat, just be good, please. I'll cry for you if you fail this jump. Now this jump, you used to be able to jump straight from here to there, but you can't do that anymore. That's... Obby Boy is funny. Thank you, Obby Boy, if you were watching this. I'm bad. And then yeah, just do a normal flick down. Once you're about right here, actually, you can do that, and then... Oops. I don't like going around and trying to grab it, so I'll just do that. I'll let jump it. Stay down low, shift lock jump. Just tap spacebar, please don't hold it. And just get around this. Once you're here, tap W so you're going to the left. Go down a bit. You can go like this, and then boom, treat it like a normal head hitter. Don't do that. This part, there is no consistent way to do this because it is a ball ladder, and ball ladders are funny. But my best strategy is just to hold W and then just tap D as you're going around it. And please stay facing the center so you don't risk accidentally falling off. part. Oops. Alright. So when I line up, notice how my cursor goes right back to this part right here. That's what you want to do every single time. And then, once you're ready, be good at wraps, and you should be good to go. Funny part right here. This jump is really hard for a floor 10 jump. I almost want to consider it the final jump because everything after that is pretty freaking easy. But get here, let's grab or lodge in, and then you want to turn around and then finish off. So like I'm like this. I'm holding A right now to keep me from falling down. And so then I'll first person again. Boom. This part, line up like this, turn, hold W to go flush with the wall more, and then boom. You hardly even have to turn your camera for that jump, because it's just alignment oriented. Like I'll even do it again. Like literally just do this. Barely even have to turn your camera. This part, align, it's not that hard. Jump right there. Funny part. Last hard part of the tower. If you can do this, you're done. Don't do that, or you are going to throw a mental fit and probably do questionable things. Once you get over enough, go down a bit, and then just first person over, flick down. Jump is easy. Boom. Oh my lord, if you fail this part. Like I just did. Go down, ledge grab, jump through here, do this, and boom, you can come up and touch the funny wind pad. And another thing too, if you're an idiot and you think you're cool by doing this sideways at the end, oops. If you're an idiot and you think you're cool by doing this sideways at the end, you are not cool, you are an idiot. Actually, you can't even do it anymore. Oh, you still can. Well, if you're in the middle of doing this and for some reason you feel the desire to shift lock sideways, you'll reap the consequences at the end if you hit spacebar. Like this. Whee! Wouldn't that be funny? Okay, that's about it. Skitsuna, you're welcome. Everybody else who asked for this, you're welcome. Specifically Skitsuna, you're welcome. What went on in chat? How many? Oh. Okay, funny people. Anyways, that's about it. Hopefully this will be released soon and I won't be lazy and play Binding of Isaac. Bye.